Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am going to be sharing with you an unboxing of the Tarot for Kids by Theresa Reed, the Tarot Lady on Instagram. I'm just removing the shrink wrap now. My box came a little dented. It says the box includes a deck, guidebook, and everything you need to start practicing tarot. Tarot is a great resource for decision making, creative thinking, learning to trust your intuition, and so much more. Plus, it's a lot of fun. Kids will love learning to read tarot on their own or with their friends. Tarot for Kids includes 78 beautifully illustrated cards, plus a 96-page guidebook that includes a brief history of tarot, the meaning of the cards, and how to perform readings. Get ready for hours of fun. And it says ages 8 and up. And let's open the box. I really like the card backs. I did get this deck for using with my daughters so that they hopefully feel interested in learning how to read the cards. Since they were little, I think they were like 5 and 4 when I started, maybe younger, and they were always interested in my cards, and I would let them look at them, play with them, learn to shuffle them and spread them out in the table. So I would love for them to just continue to be interested and want to learn. So we can take a look at the guidebook here, Tarot for Kids. It has 96 pages, like the back of the book said. It gives you the name of the card with a quick line interpretation, a little more detail, and some information if it's reversed, as well as a question, which I love. That's one of my favorite parts of the tarot, is that sometimes when you come to the tarot with a question, you leave with more questions that can help you clarify your situation. So the book doesn't have pictures of the cards, but the text I think is pretty manageable for an 8-year-old to read, so I think that's great. So as I mentioned, these are the card backs, and I'm going to start doing the flip through. I have been following the Tarot Lady for a while, and I love her Tarot Bites podcast as well as her Astro Bites podcast. I've learned so much from her, and I have one of her astrology books as well. So this is the full. I really like the art style in this deck. I really love that the characters are children, which makes sense for children. I love to see different skin colors, different religions. I guess it makes sense for the Emperor to be an adult as well as the Hierophant, although that makes me think about how children have a lot of wisdom too, and in a way this is kind of saying to follow the rules of the adults, which I know it's necessary for society, and I know I definitely have rules for my daughters, but I have also been learning a lot about the child agency and sovereignty, and how sometimes as parents, when we want to push our will upon our children, we're robbing them of their sovereignty and their agency. It's a delicate and complicated subject, so maybe I shouldn't get into that right now, but that's just something that came to mind when I saw those cards. I really love this Hermit card. She also looks like an older child. Justice. Oh, the Hanged Man became Patience. And I like to see that there are boys and girls in the deck. A lot of times the decks can be very heavy on the female imagery. Oh, the Devil is the bully. Yeah, that's I really like that there's words that children can relate to. So temperance is change, and death is temperance is balance, and death is change, which I think is great. The tower remains the tower. The star, the moon. I really love this moon card. So at the same time that it's a card deck for children, it's introducing them to all the elements of the tarot, which I think is great because, for example, if I was to give my daughters a Rider-Waite-Smith deck to learn with, they might not be so interested in tarot after looking at those images. The Sun, Judgment, the World, the Ace of Wands. I also really like the softness of the color, even though you might think that they're kind of not super bright and vivid. I think they bring this really calming energy. Six of Wands, Seven of Wands, Eight of Wands, Nine of Wands. And they're also kind of borderless, even though they have a tiny border, but it's not very noticeable. And actually the borders don't seem to be the same across the cards. So like this one has this line, but this one has this like circle. And this one has like a entrance kind of border. King of Wands. Ace of Cups. I think this deck would be great to use even for adults. But definitely a really good deck for children to be introduced to tarot. Seven of Cups, Eight of Cups, Nine of Cups, Ten of Cups. I really love this Page of Cups. And this Knight of Cups. So another thing that's interesting is that the King and Queens are a little bit older. Well, like adults. They seem like adults to me. Also I was gonna say there's different range, a different range of ages in the children, so that's also good. I'm glad this image doesn't show the traditional person with 10 swords on their back, because I think that image can be very shocking for children. So I'm glad that this is instead what she chose to do for 10 of Swords. Queen of Swords. I really love the prominence of the butterflies. You know, one card that I didn't look too closely at is the Three of Swords. That's usually one of my favorite cards. Oh, I really love this Nine of Coins. And I love how there's her home in the background. This Ten of Coins is beautiful too. Let me see if I can go back and find the Three of Swords. Okay. So it's still very traditional. Let me do a size comparison. This is the Gendron Tarot, which is about the same size as a regular tarot deck. And it's pretty... This is more like an oracle size deck card, I think. And the card stock is not super thin. It's not as thick as other cards I've seen, but I think it will make for pretty easy shuffling. Although for smaller hands than mine, it might be a little difficult to shuffle. So maybe they could do like a wash shuffle. I really like the card backs. I am really happy that I pre-ordered this deck, and I'm excited to share it with my daughters to see what they think of it, and hopefully they enjoy it and I can get them their own copy, because this is my copy. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you at the next video.